Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com. In honor of Yitzhak Perlman's 80th birthday, Deutsche Grammophon has re-released this box, which they never should have deleted in the first place. Of course not, but they can reposition it and remarket it for whatever passes for marketing these days in the classical music business. And what do we got here? 25 CDs. Billed as the complete recordings on Deutsche Grammophon, which is very interesting since a lot of them were not made for Deutsche Grammophon. They were made for Decca. But what the heck? It's all one big happy company, isn't it? So there's some great stuff in here. We're going to go through it very, very briefly because most of these performances are well known and have been well discussed, least of all by me. I mean, I've done them, talked about them before. But you get 25 discs in a box with a nice little bookie, a little booklet. Hopefully the booklet has the track listing. Oh, yes, thank God. Okay, so I don't have to haul out all the CDs. They are original jackets. If you're excited about that little fillip. I'm curious here. Wait a minute. Let me get to the Decca stuff. Yes, the Decca stuff is also original jackets. And, of course, it says Decca, which is why it's a DG box. I mean, I just love these people, don't you? I mean, they're just so accurate in the way they identify things and tell the real history of their own company and its recordings. Yes, okay. Never mind. Why should we care? CD1. Oh, wow. It is absolutely one of Perlman's greatest records and one of the great violin records. The Berg Violin Concerto, and a stunning performance, and the Stravinsky Violin Concerto, and an equally stunning performance with the Boston Symphony and Seiji Ozawa. It's just great. Period. I mean, you should have it as a separate. It was reissued as one of the DG originals. I mean, it's an incredible performance. Both of them. They're just terrific. Next, CD2. Oh, the Elgar Concerto with the Chicago Symphony and Barenboim. Now, I really like this Elgar Concerto. I like it because it's fast. I mean, it's not fast in a bad sense. It's not fast as in shallow or glib or superficial or any of those things. It's fast in the sense of, it doesn't just wallow in elegiacisms, which is really something that can happen with this concerto. I mean, it's a huge work. It's like 50 minutes long. It's a big, big, big mother of a concerto. And so, it recalls the great performances in the early part of the 20th century when violinists didn't play everything at half tempo. They took things up to speed. And I just love that performance too. The violin playing is amazing, and Barenboim is a wonderful Elgar conductor, as we know. The Chicago Symphony sounds grand. I mean, it's just fabulous. Then we've got the complete. Oh yes, the complete Lalo Symphony Espanol. Oh God, that's one of those pieces that just has 5 movements, and they're not terribly long, but they sound about twice as long as they are because Lalo had no sense of musical form whatsoever. The finale is fun, and as I've told the story 100,000 times, which is almost as boring by now this time as the Symphony Espanol, I got trapped when I was playing in the Stanford Symphony Orchestra, playing the snare drum in the finale of this piece, with the rest of it performed by a very talented Suzuki violinist whose parents looked adoringly on her every time we did this thing. But the finale has, da 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 shnonk, da 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 shnonk, da 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 da. You have no idea. Anyway, then we've got the Berlioz Reverie and Caprice as the little tiny adorable coupling with Barenboim and the Orchestra de Paris. I mean, it's a lovely performance, but the work itself I find, just excruciating. Then we've got the complete Mozart music for violin and orchestra, including the violin concertos. These are really good performances. Perlman was sort of, this is the Vienna Phil and James Levine, most of it, and the Symphonia Concertante and the Concertone for 2 violins with Perlman and Zuckerman, and the Israel Phil and Zubin Mehta. And, Perlman was always known as a hotshot romantic virtuoso, but he was more than capable of doing Mozart justice, of playing with, classical poise, restraint, whatever qualities you are looking for there in Mozart. And he does a beautiful job. And Levine is a terrific Mozartian, and the Vienna Phil is the Vienna Phil, and, what's not to love? Then we have another. This is really a good series, by the way. This box is really almost all good stuff. You've got Saint-Saëns' Third Violin Concerto. I made a reference recording for that work. This is a gorgeous performance of a fabulous concerto that never, ever, ever, ever gets the love and attention that it deserves. I heard it live a couple times, and it is just marvelous. And why more people don't adore it, I have no idea. It's full of great tunes. It's fabulously written, wonderfully scored. It has no dead spots. It's just tremendous. And the Wieniawski Violin Concerto number 2. This is also orchestrated to Perry and Daniel Barenboim. Well, Wieniawski, I can take or leave. I really can. I find his violin concertos to be somewhat, they're for violinists. They're virtuoso violin pieces. Are they great pieces of music more generally, as I believe the Saint-Saëns certainly is? Well, you could argue it either way. Let's put it that way. And then we've got CD9. Okay, Sarasate, the Carmen Fantasy, and Chausson's Poème. Oh, it's French stuff. Saint-Saëns' Havanaise for violin. Maurice Ravel, Tzigana. Ugh, Ravel's worst ever piece. And the Saint-Saëns Introduction Rondo Capriccioso. This is with the New York Phil and Zubin Mehta. It's beautifully accompanied. It's wonderfully well played. I could even tolerate Tzigana, although he did record it initially with Martinon as part of that complete Ravel orchestral music set, which is absolutely fabulous. And does anyone need 2 recordings of Ravel's worst work? I wouldn't say so. Then there's a Four Seasons. Okay, so, how many of those did he do? I don't know. 3, 4, 20? I have no idea. With lots of violins in the Israel Phil and Zubin Mehta. Was there anything else in there? No, that's it. Okay. Just the Four Seasons. It's a live recording from the Huberman Festival in 1982. All right, nobody really needs that. So we've got that one. It's got like Isaac Stern and all those other violinists in it. The whole La Kosher Nostra group, Zuckerman, Stern, and okay, then we've got, let's see, who else have we got? The Beethoven Violin Sonatas. This is a fabulous set of Beethoven Violin Sonatas, originally on Decca, with Vladimir Ashkenazy. Perlman and Ashkenazy made some absolutely wonderful chamber music discs together. Ashkenazy is not just a great pianist, but a wonderful chamber music partner, and so is Perlman. Perlman, although for all of his talk about how, people come to listen to him and the violin should be forward and everyone else should be somewhere else. No. When he does chamber music, he understands the necessity of being, let's just say, first among equals sometimes. So you've got wonderful performances of the Beethoven violin sonatas. And then we've got the Franck Sonata with Ashkenazy and the Brahms horn trio. The Franck Sonata and the Brahms horn trio. Yes, which is a horn trio. Yeah, it's got a violin in it, but it's with Barry Tuckwell, horn, who I think, just by nature of what his instrument is, it's going to kind of dominate. But that's a marvelous performance. Some Mozart violin sonatas. We got like a pile of those. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he did like a whole slew of them with Daniel Barenboim at the piano. There's like 4 discs of them here. It's incredible. Mozart's violin sonatas are of variable quality, shall we say. We've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, plus some shorter works for violin and piano. A lot of them are only 2 movements or, just like a theme and variations and then a little presto thingy. And, they're not major pieces. They are, not like Mozart's piano trios. There's 6 of those, which are stunning, which are fabulous works. But there are some great ones. There are some great violin sonatas. When you get into the upper Kerschels, like we got 454, 451, bigger works in 3 solid movements that are very Mozartian. They're like 15, 20 minutes long, and you get lots of music. which is what you want with Mozart. The more music you get, the happier we all are. So there you go. Then let's see, we got the Ravel Piano Trio, the Debussy Violin Sonata and Cello Sonata with Perlman, Lynn Harrell, and Ashkenazy, also a Decca thing. The Tchaikovsky Violin Concerto and the Shostakovich Violin Concerto. This is interesting. The Tchaikovsky is with, oh yeah, that's right. That's what happened. Perlman's the conductor. That's where this, I remember this. Hell yeah, sure, with Ilya Gringolds, the very, very fine soloist in the Israel Phil. So that's like really, really cool. You know, he's like passing the baton. That's what that is. It's a baton pass, but a very, very good one. I mean, it really is. Two great concertos. And last, we have Bach arias with violin obbligato with Kathleen Battle soprano, the Orchestra of St. Luke's. John Nelson is conducting, and you know they're like, well, if that's your thing, Bach arias. I mean, Kathleen Battle sings very, very well. They're lovely arias. I mean, Perlman plays beautifully. It's a very, very attractive disc of music that I really don't care about at all. So there you go. The complete DG and Decca recordings. I have to say, there's not a dud in the box. There really isn't. This is 25 discs, and just about all of them are excellent, recommendable. Most of them are not duplicative of Perlman's discography. So there is no reason in the world why you should not have this box. There really isn't. I mean, there's some stunning violin playing. It's marvelous. So there you have it. Happy birthday, Yitzchak. He's 80. Wow. Keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.